We are going to be discussing today the Polkadot developer ecosystem. I just want to show you guys a couple of charts to see exactly how healthy the ecosystem is and how many developers, active developers, are creating projects inside of this Polkadot blockchain. And the reason why I want to show you this is, obviously the goal of this YouTube channel is to go ahead and take the technical, right, the nebulous, and bring it down to the level that we could all understand its business implications, so that you as an investor could feel comfortable in saying, you know what, this is actually a really good project. This makes sense, for the future. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And so I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of charts as to why everyone should be diving into this Polkadot ecosystem. And it's always good to have a baseline, right? When we're doing research, it's always good to have some kind of comparison so that we don't understand exactly what the differences are between the different projects. And so here, I have a nice little chart that I found on Cointelegraph. Wasn't released that long ago. And there's a couple of blockchains that we're comparing, right? Polkadot, Solana, Near, Binance, Avalanche, and Terra. Obviously, we see Ethereum, the purple line. But the most important and obviously the most interesting is Polkadot, right? Now, the first question that may come is, why are there so many active developers in this ecosystem, but still not an active application to work with? And so here we could see, the Binance Smart Chain, we have Avalanche, we even have Solana, which is sitting a little bit between 1,000 to 800 active developers within the ecosystem. But Solana, there's already marketplaces for NFTs. There's DEXs. There's a bunch of different dApps, right? And it's a thriving ecosystem. Now, I have my opinions on Solana. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of it, just because of its centralized, aspects. But Ethereum and Polkadot are, in my opinion, the biggest when it comes to decentralization. But of course, we're going to be talking about and focusing specifically on Polkadot. So the first question is, why would a person go ahead and invest into an ecosystem where there are so many active developers, but the applications still haven't been run? And so my answer to that is, first of all, you're absolutely right. We could look at ADA, Cardano, for example, that they've been, for so long inside of the crypto space. They've been promising and promising and promising, and nothing has come to fruition. But we cannot put Polkadot and Cardano on the same level. And so that would be the first answer I would have to say. And the second answer is because obviously Polkadot has a canary network called Kusama. This is essentially another blockchain, a sister blockchain, which has the exact same code as Polkadot, but every single project that wants to be inside of Polkadot have to go through Kusama. This is where they could be experimental. They could, even provide economic incentives to its users, but it's a separate blockchain. Once the parachain or the project itself is successful and they're comfortable with it, they'll go ahead and move into the Polkadot ecosystem. So the second thing that we want to talk about is how active these developers are, right? And there are so many different projects, all the way from identity to DeFi to NFTs, where Polkadot is really pushing the boundaries, right? And this is a very healthy sign, especially as an investor, to see how many active developers are investing their own energy, and you could see like how important it is for the future, right? There's even Decrypt, that's talking about Polkadot being the front runner with Ethereum, right? So we could see here there was an interesting Polkadot and Solana have more active development than Ethereum did at similar points in history. And if we go ahead and take this information and go back to the chart, here we could see how significantly higher Polkadot is compared to Solana when it comes to active developers. By the way, it's not that big of a difference when we're talking about individuals, maybe like 600, 500, developer difference, but apparently it's a huge one, especially in the crypto space, because they're in so much need of supply, right? There's not that many developers who are able to create smart contracts, et cetera, et cetera. So this is why it's super interesting. And of course, all this information is on the Polkadot site as well. In my next videos, I'll talk a little bit more about the projects that have come into the Polkadot ecosystem, but that's a separate project in itself. I would recommend everyone to go ahead and use market cap to obviously track Polkadot projects. There's a lot to take in. There's different aspects to it. My goal is to go ahead again is to show you exactly how to work, what to look for, how to do research. But again, obviously there are people who don't like to read. They don't like to do research. I'm going to do that, leverage video and fun engagement to go ahead and share this information and provide some true feedback from a business level. So thank you, and hope to see you on the next video.